Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave. Don't need anybody getting in trouble around here. Come on back when you are 13. Or when YouTube decides that it's actually okay for family-friendly content to be seen by all. So yeah. You're still watching, aren't you? Turn it off. Turn it off now. Parents, where are you? Do your job.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another mail haul pickup. Just piling up a bunch of crap that I need to show you guys because I'm so backed up. And yeah, let's sort of dive into it. So I've been snagged some stuff off eBay. This is some Christmassy stuff. There's a lot, so I don't even know where to begin. But I will start out with one of my, like, sort of amped up about it. This one I got off of eBay, and it's bringing back some crazy nostalgia. I got a really good deal. You might have saw him peek up over there. I got a really good deal on him, even though there was an issue, but we'll get into that in a second. But I had to pick up a Teddy Ruxpin. And if nobody's familiar with Teddy Ruxpin, he's like an animatronic bear. And then on the back, you have little Velcro straps. Take his flak vest off, and then you put cassettes in there. Now, this is a very great condition and great looking Teddy Ruxpin, but the problem was it had some crazy battery corrosion. I tried cleaning some of it out and used also some white vinegar to try to bring life to this guy, and it still didn't work. I might need to scrape on the metal a little bit to try to clear off. It might have just got that deep on the connectors, or there might be something inside. There's a lot of issues I know from these. They just, over time, they just start failing. So I'm hoping I can get them to work, because not only did I get Teddy Ruxpin, gotta set him down here, I got a bunch of stuff. So I got like this weird control. I never had this as a kid. It's answer box Teddy Ruxpin. It's like a crazy controller type of thing that plugs into him. I guess that goes with some of the books. He also came with the outfit that I never had, nor will I ever put on him, but it's still cool that I guess he had like a blue jogging exercise outfit. So it came with like pants and shoes and a sweatband and stuff. Authentic Teddy Ruxpin stuff, but I'm not gonna dress him up that way. Now, the biggest stuff that I was really excited for, and I was beyond excited. We got a stack of the cassettes. So if I can get them to work, these should work, and that'll be very cool. And then with those cassettes, each cassette came with a book. Like, these are for that, I guess, that controller. There's different ones like this, but we do get a variety of different books. The airship, you know, and these are immaculate condition, by the way. And I think this had a cartoon, maybe, not 100%. I can't remember. But look at that. All these books, and these to me are on the level of Berenstain Bears, Dr. Seuss. There's like this little critter one, like stuff I grew up with as a kid. And one thing I loved about these is it was pretty much like fantasy style artwork. Like, look at all those characters. If you saw that, that's almost like some D&D stuff from back in the day. And this is actually made in, where is it at? 1985. But the artwork is something that I really enjoy in this. Granted, he's supposed to read and sing and everything else. But I mean, I really love this style of art. It's just some of the purest style of art, because I mean, all this stuff was probably by hand at that time. I mean, this is the 80s. They had some artists do it and they just printed it into books. I mean, it's awesome. And I'm so happy to have this in my collection. I hope I can get him working. But yeah, he's been sort of sitting back there with my pet monster and my popple and stuff like that. Sort of sitting there for a little bit, and I'm like, I gotta show it off. I forgot to tell you guys I picked it up. And the crazy part is, I got all of that for under $50 from eBay, mind you, from eBay. The person selling didn't realize it didn't work. I reached out to them, and then I realized as I looked at the box, they paid like $20-something in shipping. They didn't charge me the $20-something. I think they misjudged how much it would be to ship it. So in a sense, I was like, really, if I went to ship it back, I'd be losing 21. I'm not really, it averaged out to be maybe like $20 to $30 Teddy Ruxpin. And I mean, I can't really complain about that because it's in great condition, and look at all the stuff I got. Like, it's awesome. So I'll figure out hopefully to fix it. If not, I just have a Teddy Ruxpin that looks great. So that was one of my eBay scores, and sometimes you just can find those really good deals. I want to show off a trade I did with my buddy Cody. He's part of the Plastic Cannibals. Huge horror fan. Like, he gets all these Shout Factory like horror figures, and he has a bunch of NECA figures. Like, horror stuff, he knows it like the back of his hand. And he hits up this place in South Carolina that has like some of these old, it's a Second and Charles. I don't have that around here, I don't believe. And I hear people talking about it, and he was like showing me stuff, and it's like, hey, these good or whatever. And he walked past one of these guys, the Crazy 88s from Kill Bill, removable limbs and all that stuff. And I think I might try to get the other two because it builds like a little like display. And so I did a trade with him. I traded him some of my Burger King like gold plated Pokeball card things that I didn't really have a use for. It wasn't really in my collection, so I did a trade. I was like, hey, I'll hook you up, man. And we did a little swap. So he picked this up for me, and we did a trade, which was awesome. And then we did like me and my wife, and then him and his fiance, we did like a little swap box type deal. And he got me some like a miniature set of color pencils because he knows I'm into art. And he also sent me this because he knew I collected figures and toys and stuff. It's one of those world's smallest, but the great thing about these, and I'm going to be getting the G.I. Joe ones, they have Snake Eyes, Roadblock, and Duke, which if I can find them, or I might just have to order them online. These are great to match with your figures. Let me try to give you an example. I got Daredevil right here. So, I mean, if you want figure photography, and look at his hands compared to the car, like, you can literally use these as toys for your toys. They're just pretty awesome. So I'm super stoked about that, and I can't wait to get more of these because easy way for some of the figure photography people out there. What else stuff, and I'm knocking stuff over. So I did end up placing order, one from Hasbro's shop, one from Amazon, and they both got fulfilled. We got Jason, and we got Lord Draken, which is the evil Tommy. Yeah, you guys probably like, you're collecting these, you haven't did a review on them. I have them piling up, and I haven't reviewed any of them. I got the White Ranger, Pink Ranger, Zed, maybe some other ones. I know these two for sure, but they're just piling up, and I just haven't reviewed them. I haven't got around. I have too much stuff to review, and I'm also sort of thinning out my collection. Some of you are probably like, whoa, you're thinning out your collection. So you can see this stuff, but you don't really see what's around me in a sense. And when you're in these collector groups and you're into doing, like I do the toy reviews and everything like that, you got to get to a point where you realize this is the space that I am having for my collection. The missus is not going to allow me to spread it out. I mean, I'm sure I could, but I'm not. I promised her I'd keep it in here. But the fact is, you just start collecting all these lines, and you also got to start looking at quality over quantity. And one of the biggest quantity issues is we have Marvel Legends. They pump out so many figures a year. Mind you, like, I don't even know how many last year. I know a lot of people out there probably already know the math, but like hundreds of figures a year for these guys. Hundreds. You can't, like, that's almost like you need a DTOF a year almost to fit everybody, and that's in like vanilla poses. And so I got to start thinning it out and being a lot more strict, because I don't want to put my stuff in totes and not be able to enjoy my collection. It just gets too much. So that was my little rant on that. Now, some figures that I do collect, which I got in the mail from this new wave. Ooh, I can't wait to review them. Mythic Legions, another goblin. If you guys are following me, I collect goblins for Horseman Studios. These guys, they're the bee's knees when it comes to sculpting figures and stuff like that. So this guy right here, you can't really see inside, but this guy's name is Thump. He comes with a giant hammer, and I can't wait to get him. I have Thwick, which was part of like a event, like a conventional item that's in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store. I just gotta either get some more stuff or just pay the shipping and get it shipped. So I'm up to date on my goblins, and Arthur and his horse should be on the way at some point too. The missus got that for me for some sort of holiday or something of that nature. It might have been Valentine's Day. It was a while ago when it was up for pre-order, and I didn't realize, and this is my ignorance, so a lot of these figures, they have, like, example, like there's this, and then you got like this and stuff like that. There's like actual factions, and I was all into goblins, and little did I realize that the big demon that I'm getting is part of that faction. In fact, I think he's like the main head honcho of that group. But it's cool, so I can actually have like the big demon on his horse, and then surrounded by the horde of goblins like leading the way. It's gonna look sweet on a shelf for sure. And I do have some more. What else did I do? I did some stuff. Try not to crush anything. You're rolling back in this chair. A lot of stuff over here that I need to get to, so let me go ahead and lean back. So, good friend of mine, another YouTuber, Art G, his link is down below. Yeah, he hit me up. I'm just like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? He hit me up over Messenger, and he's like, are these GameStops by you? He sent me a list, and he circled the ones that were in my area, and I'm just like, or in my state. And I'm like, yeah, one is, what's up? Come to find out, GameStop closed a bunch of stores. So they were down since, I guess since December, some of these stores were just slowly trickling down in like discounts. And so he hit me up at the one he saw, and there wasn't much. There was like a Goldar, but I already had Goldar. You know, some of these like Power Ranger figures, Marvel Legends stuff were going for like $5 or $6. He saw a Talos, and I'm like, you know what? Get me that Talos, because I could do a little, little army build going on with that price, because you need to have some scrolls, especially when I saw somebody did an image of the new Super Scroll Build-A-Figure with a bunch of the Taloses behind them. Looked fantastic. And so I was like, let me get that Talos. So he ended up picking that up for me. So he told me about the one that was by me. I went over there, checked it out, and when I first went over there, it was like, it was dark, couldn't see anything inside, and it was late, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna try to be that guy up by the building looking in, and people, wondering what I'm doing, or cops show up and stuff. So I'm just, you know what, I'll check it out. So I ended up finding out they're still open, and they were doing like 60% off. So I did pick up some figures. They had a single Talos as well, so I couldn't say no to, now I'll have a total of a whopping 3, and that'll be sort of cool. What else? I'm just gonna bring this whole bag. It's a big old bag. Try not to crush anything down there. Then I picked up two figures I really wasn't too concerned about, but for the price, I can't say no. I picked up this garbage Wolverine. I can't stand that face. Maybe can use his body or something else, but I mean, I didn't mind the sword, and then I needed those cuffs. Because what I did is I took the cuffs off of Storm, the Punk Storm, and crammed it onto my Havoc. So that is with a cuff. That's what he came out of the box. That looks nasty. Now I have some cuffs that actually fit those giant forearms there. So that's a way to make your Havoc look pretty awesome and not be worried about those fat wrists. And then a figure I didn't care about as much, but I figured why not, because it was $5. This Cyclops with the actual effects on him. That one. I got some cool beam effects and stuff, and I'm okay with it. For that cost, again, 60% off. Can't go wrong. Granted, they're 60% off and everything is off of their price. Now, one of the cooler prizes, one of the cooler items I got came in an awesome box. I'm going to try to show you the retail price on it too. Yep, that's the top of the box. Can anybody guess it? Anybody guess what that is? But look at that! Look at that price on there. $119.99, ridiculous. Jim Henson's Dark Crystal Fizzgig Think Geek. Comes this giant box. Very cool box. And let's take the lid off. I want you guys to see this. This is literally a 1-to-1 scale. You know it's fresh when it has tissue paper on top. Slide him out of the box. He wants to come out of here. Come on. Come on out. Trying to move this stuff out of the way. So he comes in this really cool box, and it is a Fizzgig. Look at the detail. Got his upper roof of his mouth all painted and stuff like that. And a lot of people are like, well, why do you want it like that? Well, he is a puppet, so you can literally get him the puppy. He has some nice little paws right there. So very, very cool stuff. And if you guys have been following me and stuff like that, art has always been a huge part of who I am. I love my G.I. Joes. I love action figures. But when it comes to me, art has always been there. I draw, I sculpt. And Jim Henson has always been a huge inspiration to me. You know, he's up there with, like, I mean, Katsuhiro Tomo. You know, Stan Lee is an amazing creator. Maybe that's yeah. I mean, it's just like there's so many people out there that I could just list off. You know, that inspire me as an artist. I mean, Katsuhiro Tomo, Jim Henson. You got you know, Stan Lee. You got pretty much, you know, all your art from this, you know, the Sunday comics, you know, from Calvin and Hobbes. But like, it's just always been there. G.I. Joe, the cartoon, Transformers, Thundercats, the Toxic Crusaders, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like Kevin Eastman, huge inspiration to me as well. So anybody's art like really influenced like how I was like drawn and all that stuff. And it's just really cool to have a replica of a prop or puppet that was actually used in the Dark Crystal. So it's neat that they released something like that we could purchase, and that I was able to get it at a huge discount. Like the $119, that's rich for my wallet, for that one item. But when I saw he was like $32, I couldn't say no to it. Came in that giant box, and the thing looks amazing, so I just couldn't say no to it. But that really, I think, is like everything that I picked up recently. I got some stuff that's going out, but yeah, I have a lot of stuff to review, guys. I still have tons of stuff to review. I got some boxes I got to ship out. Got a box to send out to my boy Laser Pants. I got a box to send out to my boy Nate Simmons. I got a box to go out to my boy Shoky. It's just I'm getting it all together, and plus just trying to thin out some of my collection. So getting those together to take photos and put them up on some of the Facebook groups to sort of get them into new homes and things like that. But it's awesome being a collector, being able to surround myself in, you know, stuff that's inspirational. It's awesome. And so if anybody collects and somebody tries to look at you weird for collecting certain things, or, you know, not everybody's going to understand it, man. Like, it's straight up, I guarantee you, anybody comes in here is going to be like, wow. Look around and be like, you know, there's kids that don't have any toys. And I'm like, wow, that's the first thing that's going to come out of your mouth. Like, this is just stuff that I've grown and developed and kept a hold of through my childhood. Like, a lot of this stuff, like those G.I. Joes and all that stuff, I had them when they first came out, and they followed me around in totes. They were in totes for such a long time. If you guys recall watching my videos, this is going back to when I first started YouTube. I think I showed you the figures in the totes. It was before I even got detolf. So it's like, nobody's going to understand it, but don't let that deter you away from doing something and surrounding yourself by stuff that you enjoy, being, you know, band, you know, posters, or just artwork, figures. You know, just surround yourself with stuff that makes you happy. And that's really where it comes from. And all this stuff around me as I do art, like right next to me is a Cintiq, so I can work in Illustrator and say I need to pose something up. I have figures all around me that I can use as a reference to get a pose that I want, and it's easy. No more needing those wooden little figures to do a pose or something like that. I could use, you know, any legend that I want to really get that pose or the angle that I'm looking for that I can use as a reference. So yeah, again, don't let anybody deter you away from what you enjoy at all. But this has been a long enough video, I think. So I want you guys to, you know, if you like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you know when I post up a new video. And most importantly, I want you guys to make sure you check out Plastic Cannibals. It's my group. You can join up with it, answer the 3 questions, come in, let's talk figures, interact with us. We're really funny, goofy guys, and we try to keep the group fun. And it's not like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people that are part of this little group. It's just a small, tight-knit group because we look out for one another. So if you're looking for that type of group, definitely join in on the festivities with the Plastic Cannibals. Don't forget to check out Toyco. Love me some Toyco. Andrew's a great guy and great prices. You got the 2 Facebook groups down below, the community and the pre-order group. The pre-order group's fantastic because you get dibs on items such as Storm Collectibles, SH Figure Arts, all that good stuff on like amazing prices, great prices. And make sure you guys also check out their website. There is a promo code down below to get you guys some free shipping for whatever you purchase off that website. And I want you guys to really have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting and have a beautiful day.